Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Living the Sweet Life. I'm your host, TJ Sweet, and on this podcast, we are committed to helping you get from where you are to where you want to be. We're going to do that by helping you reshape your mindset, live with intention, and learn how to look at the world through a grateful lens. So first of all, I want to say thank you for your continued support as you listen to these episodes. You watch them on YouTube, listening on iTunes and Spotify. I see all of you. And just know that it means the world to me. It inspires me, makes me want to be better. And, your questions and your comments and your engagement mean a lot to me. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button because we all need reminders that we can still learn and grow. So every Monday, we call it Mindset Monday. These episodes come out early in the morning so that you can get your head right to win the day, so that you can start your week by winning Monday. So this week, I want to talk about something that really has transformed my perspective, and it's a lesson I've had to learn myself. And this lesson is sometimes it's you. Sometimes the reason why you succeed, sometimes the reason why you fail, sometimes the reason why you feel stuck, maybe sometimes even the reason why you accomplish everything you've always wanted. Sometimes it's you. So we often look around for other people to come along and do things for us. Maybe if we adopt one thing that they do, then that will transform everything. But we start to really kind of see ourselves more as trying to be like them instead of be like us. But again, this episode is all about taking your power back. Our growth, your growth, is up to you. It's not up to me because I can record all these episodes. I can push all these out. But really, ultimately, what you do with the information I share with you, whether it's on social media, whether you attend one of my speaking engagements, whether you're one of my coaching clients, it's up to you. I can't do the things for you. You have to be willing to dig in and commit to it and just understand that you are in charge of your own growth. The only kind of accountability that really matters is self-accountability. There's power in having somebody with you and around you that encourages you and pushes you, but you can't solely rely on that because what happens is it's a slow creep, but we start to give too much credit to everyone else and everything else around us. And then we kind of rely on other people to push us, to inspire us, to encourage us, to do the extra work. But when you really want to take off, when you really want to start living life with intention, it comes from you understanding yourself, your desires, your weaknesses, your strengths, your stressors, your avoidance, your habits, your self-limiting beliefs, and understanding that your thoughts, actions, and behaviors are up to you. Other people can do things that can maybe impact you, but ultimately what you choose to do every day, whether it's listening to an episode, whether it's going on a walk, whether it's having that tough conversation, whether it's healing from something, all of that is up to you. And this is responsibility, but it's also this internal personal agency of accountability is the reason why most people actually start taking the steps towards what they want to be doing. We give too much credit to the people around us for the reason why we've done what we've done. Now, granted, we're not doing this alone. They support us, but they can't be the only reason why you get up early and why you do the things you need to do and why you have some of those tough conversations, and understanding only you can really push yourself beyond your comfort zone. Growth typically doesn't happen in a safe place. You have to get uncomfortable enough to where you think, do I want to stay stuck or do I want to grow? But that's only a choice you can make. So understanding, do you really want to be where you are? Do you want to be doing the job you're doing? Do you want to be in the relationship that you're in? Because nobody else is going to come along and save you. And that's hopefully empowering to you, inspiring to you, not deflating in the sense of you have to do it by yourself, because you don't. But there's some choices that you are going to have to determine by yourself. Think about it this way. You have the steering wheel in your hand. You get to choose the direction. You're not riding in the passenger seat. Think about that visual of somebody else driving and you're in the passenger seat. Oftentimes that's what we do. We give that power away to somebody else. And truthfully, one of these things, one of the reasons how this has come up for me, and one of the things about this particular topic, the reason why it's so relevant for me is I gave up my power of what was possible for me by hiring coaches after coaches after coaches. Now, this may feel a little contradictory because, yes, I am a coach, but what I understand is the coach can't be the only reason why you actually feel like you can succeed. I hired coaches who are great people, but truthfully, if I'm going to own it, I hired coaches because I saw what they had. I saw the success they had, and I just thought that if I did what they did, then I would get what they got. And truth of the matter is, that's completely wrong. It's about becoming who you need to be so that you do those things with consistency and you own your success. There are a lot of clients that come to me and say, how do I do this? How do I fix it? And then they don't execute on the plan. We can come up with every plan in the world, but if you don't have enough conviction and commitment and discipline to actually commit to it yourself, we're never going to make any progress. And so it's really understanding your growth, your success, your change behaviors, your mindset, all of these different things about your life, they're up to you. Now, granted, with this, I've also had people who come into my life. And again, one of the most important people in my life have said, you being you is your superpower. I've never been spoken to like that before, but just that one statement really made me think about just be me. Don't be unapologetic about it. Be self-aware, be humble, but just be me. Because I was trying to be somebody else all the time to achieve results and outcomes that other people were having. But really, I need to earn it. The thing that means the most to me is doing the work, having the success. And by success, I mean the impact on more people in my life and becoming the person who is able to commit, who's able to be disciplined, who looks forward to the work, not who's looking forward to the outcome. But I had to own that. So your own growth is up to you. Now, the second thing here, I've talked about this on many episodes, but I promise you probably need to hear it again. Sometimes it's you that's holding you back. And by that, I mean your own self-limiting beliefs. If you actually are honest with yourself, you may be the only reason why you are where you are, why you feel stuck, why you're in the relationship you're in, why you're in the job you're in, why you haven't started the business, why your business isn't doing well. Maybe it's your own self-limiting beliefs. And it's understanding that like you may be the reason. There's something powerful about that. It's like this sweet spot of responsibility and accountability and discipline, but you may be the reason why you don't have what you want. And, understanding that you can't blame others for opportunities that they got, or you can't blame others for being told no. Take back the power. Stop giving so much credit to other people. Because when you look back and you think about all the different ways that you've moved beyond your comfort zone, and, as we move past this, it's the limiting beliefs at the end of it that we recognize were the only thing holding us back all along. So again, it's simple. Sometimes it's you. But the good news is you get to make new choices. So one of the things that changed my perspective on self-limiting beliefs, it's hard some people will say, don't believe that, don't think that, think something else. It's really important to think about what's possible, what's still possible for you. If you put in the work, if you have discipline, if you have confidence, what's possible for you? Because once you start to see other people who've gone down the journey that you're already wanting to go on, and also understanding maybe, when it comes to relationships, what kind of relationship do you want? Start looking at other things and other people who think differently about relationships and understanding that maybe your self-limiting belief is what you feel like you deserve. You deserve so much more, probably so much more than what you're giving yourself credit for. And so don't settle. But oftentimes we fall into this, it's just human, right? We fall into this space where based on how other people have treated us, we feel like that is what we're worth. And that is a self-limiting belief, because your worth shouldn't be determined by someone else not being able to see it. Your worth should be rooted in you and what you believe in yourself, what you believe you're worth. And if somebody else isn't willing to rise up to that level, then maybe they're not your people. And that's a tough thing to confront. But I'm going to be transparent too, that oftentimes this is something that I see a lot of people find years after. They actually start taking years after they've recognized it. But this also happens in our own careers, in our lives. When you want to start a business, it's this idea of what's possible. And I can tell you right now, $84,000 a month is $1 million a year. If you start actually thinking about, making that much money, it's not about wanting that money. The thing that inspires me the most about that is, who do I need to become? What are the habits I need to develop? What is my mindset? How do I want to give back? That is what I'm more focused on instead of just the money per month. But once you start to understand that there's people who make $10 million a year doing this, you start to kind of wonder and think, what is the difference in its effort, its belief, its consistency, its discipline? It's all the things that you can control. But whenever we don't have success right away, we start to think, okay, well, maybe it's not for me. Again, that's a limiting belief. Start to think about, how can I learn and grow? If you really believe in it, if you really believe in yourself, if you really believe in your business and what you're doing, you'll find a way, because it's possible. But the most important piece about all this is you have to own it. You have to own that sometimes it's you. And the first way to do that, and really the only way to do that, and the bridge between growth and being stuck, is self-awareness. If you don't know you well enough, when we say sometimes it's you and that feels like a stranger, it's probably the first step, right? You have to understand yourself first, and you have to do daily reflection. And I know it sounds like a lot, but we don't think in months, we don't think in years. But how long are you going to do things? How long are you going to have thoughts? How long are you going to have behaviors that don't actually lead you to the life you want to be living? How long do you have to do that before you decide to make a change? Now, granted, we have the opportunity in any moment to make that change. But until it means enough, until there's enough conviction inside of us, we can go based off of purpose, or we can wait till it hurts so much. Again, choose pain or purpose, because both of them will motivate you to start taking accountability and responsibility. But we can always choose purpose. But whenever you do that self-reflection on a consistent basis, the second step after that, so it's one thing to recognize it, but the most important step after that is actually having the courage and the humility to make the changes that you know you need to be making. Seek out people who've already done it. Seek out different resources and find a culture and a community of people that are doing it, because doing it alone is hard. But you have to have courage to make adjustments after you do the reflection. And the most important thing that I could say throughout this entire episode, when I say sometimes it's you, is take ownership, accountability, and responsibility for your life. Nobody can make you feel anything without your permission. So if you start to recognize other people make you feel certain ways, that's up to you. There's a lot of people in my life that I've surrounded myself with that inspire me and lift me up. And you think, is that by accident or by choice? Is it choice or chance? It's by choice. I surround myself with people who challenge me and inspire me and love me and, encourage me, but they also hold me accountable. But they do it out of belief in who I am. You have to be careful, because there are people in your life that will challenge you and do all these different things, but they're trying to hold you back, because sometimes, like we've heard before, sometimes people will say that we've changed. And that's only because they don't know how to say that we've grown. So take back control. Take back that responsibility. Don't rely on somebody else's program to be the only reason why you succeed. Really self-reflect. Gain the resources. Work with a coach if you need to, but understand that it's all the work that you're going to do, that you will do. It's not the coach. The coach shows you something different, but you actually have to do the work. Because really, any great coach would want you to understand that it's because of you, because of what you wanted, because of your discipline is the reason why you really had the growth that you're going to experience. Coaches can't be always in your life helping you work through every single thing forever. Now, some may take weeks, months, or years, but it can't be this sense of dependence and reliance. It has to be somebody coming alongside you, not somebody behind you pushing you to where you want to be. So as you kind of stop and think about all the different things that you want in your life, the things that you've wanted, the things that you have talked about, the things you're on your bucket list, your desires, the career you want, the business you want to start, maybe the success inside your business, and even the relationship that you want. Sometimes it's you. And I'm going to say all the time, it's up to you. So I hope this episode inspires you to take back control in your life, understand that nobody else is going to come along and do it for you. And that's really the way we always want it to be anyway. There are a lot of things in our lives that we're choosing every day. Just stop and reflect. Are you choosing things that are helping you live the life you want to be living? Are you choosing things that remind you of the life that you used to be living and that are holding you back? We get that choice every day. So what you do 5 minutes after this episode, make sure it's something that you're actually proud of. Make sure it's something that moves you to where you want to be. And once you understand that it's you that will determine the direction you go, hopefully you start taking more ownership and responsibility and accountability for the choices that you're making, behaviors you're choosing, the habits you're choosing, the words you're using, the thoughts, everything. It's up to you. So share this episode with somebody who you feel like is maybe needing some encouragement and understanding how important and significant that they already are and how much control they have in their own habits and choices. I appreciate you tuning in. Hit that subscribe button every Monday. And I'll always remind you that you always have the power and the choice to reshape your mindset, live with intention, and look at the world through a grateful lens. Till the next episode, never stop.